Your developers are spending 40% of their time managing infrastructure instead of writing code. Platform engineering fixes that, and it's replacing DevOps faster than anyone predicted. I'm going to show you exactly what platform engineering is, why it emerged, what an internal developer platform looks like, how companies like Spotify and Airbnb built theirs, and whether your team actually needs one. By the end of this video, you'll understand why every engineering org above 50 developers is moving in this direction, and what the alternatives are. DevOps solved a real problem. In 2009, Dev and Ops were siloed. Developers threw code over a wall, Ops deployed it. Nobody owned reliability end-to-end. DevOps fixed that by breaking down those silos. You build it, you run it. Great principle. But here's what happened at scale. You hire 200 developers. You have 5 DevOps engineers. Each developer needs Kubernetes configs, CI pipelines, database provisioning, secrets management, monitoring dashboards, staging environments. Your 5 DevOps engineers become a bottleneck. They're triaging tickets, not building systems. Developers wait days for environment setup. The principles of DevOps were right. The execution at scale was broken. Platform engineering treats infrastructure as a product. The platform team is the internal service provider. They build self-service tools, a developer portal, golden path templates, automated provisioning, so developers can get what they need without a ticket. The key shift: instead of DevOps engineers answering tickets, they build systems that answer tickets automatically. A developer wants a new microservice. They click through a portal form. In 90 seconds they have a Git repo, a CI pipeline, Kubernetes namespace, monitoring dashboards, and a staging environment. All pre-configured, all following company standards. The platform team built that portal once. It serves every developer forever. The golden path is the most important concept in platform engineering. It's the opinionated, paved road that works for 80% of use cases. Want to deploy a new Python service? There's a golden path for that. It picks the container base image, the CI template, the Kubernetes deployment pattern, the observability setup. Developers who follow the golden path get from idea to production in hours instead of days. They don't need to know Kubernetes internals. They don't need to understand Prometheus configuration. The platform team figured that out once and baked it in. Developers can leave the golden path for specialized needs, but they own that complexity. This is the platform team's core product, making the right thing the easy thing. An internal developer platform is the interface to the golden path. It's usually a web portal plus a set of APIs. The most popular open-source option is Backstage, built by Spotify and donated to the CNCF. Backstage gives you a software catalog, a searchable index of every service, who owns it, what APIs it exposes, what CI status it has. It gives you templates, create a new service with one click. And it gives you plugins, CI status from GitHub Actions, Kubernetes pod status, PagerDuty alerts, cost data from Oz, all in one place. Before Backstage, a developer joining a new team would spend 2 weeks figuring out what services exist, who owns what, and how to get their local environment running. After Backstage, they get a single portal with everything indexed and searchable. That's the productivity multiplier platform engineering delivers. Spotify built Backstage because they had 300 engineers and couldn't scale DevOps support. Before Backstage, it took 2 weeks to set up a new microservice. After, 2 minutes. LinkedIn built a platform that reduced their mean time to production from 3 hours to 8 minutes. Airbnb's platform, called Air Platform, standardizes service templates so new engineers are productive in days, not months. Netflix has over 2,000 microservices and one internal portal that lets any engineer deploy to production with confidence. The pattern is consistent. At 50-plus engineers, the DevOps ticket model breaks. Platform engineering is the solution that scales. At 20 engineers, this is overkill. At 200, it's survival. The modern platform engineering stack has consistent layers. For the developer portal, Backstage is the standard, 1.2 million weekly downloads, 3,000 plugins. For GitOps and deployment, Argo CD or Flux sync your Git repo to Kubernetes automatically. For infrastructure provisioning, Crossplane lets you provision cloud resources through Kubernetes APIs, while Terraform handles more complex scenarios. For secrets management, HashiCorp Vault or Oz Secrets Manager. For observability, Prometheus plus Grafana is the default stack. You don't have to use all of these. Many teams start with just a golden path template and a simple Backstage setup. The stack evolves with team needs. Platform engineering is not for everyone. If you have fewer than 20 engineers, standard DevOps practices work fine. If developers aren't complaining about infrastructure overhead, you don't have the problem platform engineering solves. The signal that you need it: developers spending more than 20% of their time on infrastructure tasks. Multiple teams stepping on each other's configurations. New engineer onboarding taking more than a week. If you see these signals, start small. Create a golden path template for your most common service type. Document it. Get developers using it. You'll feel the leverage before you commit to building a full portal. The platform team is typically 4 to 8 engineers for an org of 100 to 300 developers. Core roles: a platform tech lead who owns the vision, 2 or 3 SRE or infrastructure engineers who build the underlying systems, and a developer experience engineer who focuses on the portal, documentation, and making the platform easy to use. Some companies embed platform engineers in product teams rather than centralizing them. This works better for orgs that need customization but risks divergence. The centralized model with embedded liaisons is the most common pattern at scale. Five things to remember. Platform engineering treats infrastructure as a product. The golden path makes the right thing the easy thing. Backstage is the standard open source IDP. This scales when DevOps ticket queues break down. Start with a golden path template. You don't need a full portal on day one. If you're building or joining a platform team, there's a full implementation guide in the description: Backstage setup, golden path templates, team structure patterns, and real metrics from teams that made this transition. Subscribe for more deep dives on engineering at scale. The next video covers AI-powered security, how machine learning is shifting from reactive to preemptive defense. See you there.